All right, good morning all. This is another episode of our class, and today we shall discuss this topic, populating the created tables in the database with data. We want to see in how many ways or some methods we can populate data into our database. The first one we studied insert statement, 2 copying from existing populated table, loading data from a local file, loading data from Excel or CSV format, and using APIs. I think we are familiar with this statement, is it? Or shall we practice it? Let me give you another way of loading your MySQL. It is in the material we sent to you. You know, formerly we used to go to MySQL client like this and click on MySQL client and begin, right?
Yes.
But now let's see something. This is what is this? This is command prompt. Do you know you can load your database from here? Of course you can. Let me just do something. We know about this CD backslash. I've changed directory to the read directory. Is it? And when I say CLS clear screen, it clears everything, right? So you can give out this command, MySQL root. The root is what? The user is root. I wanted to log into MySQL using what? Root user. There are a lot of users, but root user is the admin. So in database terminology, we call it root user. And then there are other users which could be created by root user. If I create you as a user, you are just a user, but not root. Are we understanding?
Yes.
So if I give out something like this and then this P means the password. I'm going to supply it later, because if I should type it here, everyone will see my password. But when I'm to supply it, when the system prompts me to supply password, then it will be in a text field format, that is password field rather. So then you supply your password here and then it enters. Do we understand this? If you want to go out of it, you exit like this. It tells you bye. So now we're back to where? Back to the command prompt, which is what? Your DOS prompt, since we are using Windows. So now we are into what? But before I go back there, let me CLS it, and then I recall my something here. Then you supply your password, and then you are into MySQL via the command prompt. Okay. If you want to check on this, please, it is in page. This is page 14. So what I've done is in page, I think, here is it, please. Here is it. This is shell, because the writer of this material uses Linux. So you see shell, not Windows. It isn't Windows. So MySQL H host user this. Please go through this. This is the one I used. Please, this user, you specify the user you want to log into the system. So I've chosen what? Root. If you want to log in with a different user, then you choose the one you're going to use. Please practice it. And you see here he says quit. And in my case, in Windows, I said exit. All right. It is part of what we haven't treated. You know, we cannot just start treating this without you understanding how to even log into the MySQL using the client. That's the reason why I left it through this time. So let me go back to page 14. Let me go forward to page 14. All right, page 14 here. Okay, so let's see the topic again. This insert statement, we've been doing it. So please, let's go to the copy, this very one. How do I copy from an existing populated table to another table? Let's, for example, here I think we're working on PetDB, right? Let me see the databases in here. Show databases. All right. So that could be pet here. I can search by right clicking. All right, I have PetDB here. This is PetDB. Okay. Let me make use of it. Use PetDB. Show tables. All right, we have only one table here, so I can then let me select the content of the table. We all know how to do this, right? Yes. Please, if you don't know how to do this, let me know. I think this is what we have done yesterday with batch B. All right. So now, how many rows do we have? 12 rows. Now, there are situations whereby, while working, you need to copy some portion or all of the content of a particular table to another table. Please, let's understand this. So now, since it is just a scenario, we don't have any business logic at hand for now, but we wanted to demonstrate this. So let's create same page table like this, and then copy this content without us typing. Copy it into the what? Into the existing table. Are we understanding? Yes. So let me quickly this is the material. So this material is like it hasn't discussed about this copy something. Let me pick another one. Okay, this also did not. All right. This is what I want us to practice. Copy the record from a source table to the destination table. The command to do is this. Insert into this, then you select from. Don't worry, I'll give you, there are variants of it. There are variants of the commands. Don't worry, we'll practice it. Anyway, you can copy if you want to write. If you want to write, you can copy. Okay, let's practice this very well. I'll also give you this material and many other ones. Okay, we want to copy. Let me zoom it for you to see very clearly. If you want to copy an existing record from a source table to the destination table, this is the command you use. Insert into the destination table. And what? Then you select from. You know, the last one gives you the content of what? The content of the table. So when you say insert into, the system understands that you are inserting from the result of the selected table. We understand. Anyway, let's practice it, please. One thing, you have to create table. You will have to create a table that will do such. There's something I want us to understand here. This is this DB is this what? Fetch DB. Okay, I want us to practice something here. I want to create this table, but I want it to be exactly as this very one is. You understand? So you have options. You can copy it. I wouldn't want to give you one. There's another command, but I want to dump the data. When I dump it, then I'll pick the table structure and I will use it to create the new table. There are situations whereby you can create the table. You create the table from the existing table. You create another table from another existing table. Create new table from existing table. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to copy. I want to dump this. So you know how to dump. How do you export your database? You understand? Then I'll copy from the source. Then I'll create it. Okay. So let me exit. And then this is how you dump. MySQL dump u root and then p. Then what am I dumping? What is the name of it? Pet db. Okay, to where? To something. I'm exporting out. So let me quickly get some in a particular folder here. And please, if you don't understand what I'm doing, maybe we'll take this as a topic another time. Then I'm dumping it out to this path. Okay, I can say pet db done. Then I'll give it .sql and I'll press enter. Then I'll supply my password. So it is done. So if you check that folder, you see this is what I've just created, pet db dump, right? So if you open like this, this is the what? This is the table, and this is the data of the table. Okay, but I need the structure of the table, so I'll copy this only here. This is it, right? So I only need to change the name. This is, let me say, new. Please, let's take it this way, new pet. Okay, so I will now use this. I don't know if everyone understands what I've done. I just dumped it. Please, this is going to be a topic. We shall come to that. Okay, so let me go back to MySQL. This is done. So you dump out, in and out, export and import using the command prompt. Actually, you have to be very good in commands. So MySQL user, I'm going by root, and then I'm going by this is password, and I supply my password. Okay, so then I have to use the database, which is what, pet db, right? Are we there? Then I'll right click and paste. Okay, we are familiar with this, right? Yes. That's why I follow this process. So now that means I've created table 2, right? So let's see, show what? Tables. All right, we have new pet and what? Pet. Are we there? Yes. Now let's check the content of pet. Select asterisk from what? Thank you, new pet. It's supposed to be what? Blank, because nothing has been inserted. We just created it. So it is what? Empty set, 0, right? So what do we want to do? Copy from this pet. Let me now say, let's see pet now. All right, this is pet, right? So want to copy from one table to where? To another table, right? Okay, we've seen the command already. This is the command, insert into the destination table, which is new pet, right? Then you select from, right? So already we had already selected from what? This is what we have. We selected from it. Look at it. So I can now go into this and I'll say insert into, thank you, new pet. So what is the expectation here, please? That it should copy the entire 12 rows into what? New pet. Let's see. What is it? 12 rows affected, 12 rows, 0 duplicated, 0 warning, right? So let's check the content of what? New page. All right, select from new. What is that? You see what we're telling you? It's not only just the common simple insert statement that works. There are situations whereby you copy the structure of the table and copy the content at the same time. But that's not where I'm heading to now. We're just practicing these things. Then the next thing is loading data from where? From a local file. All right. I think I have, this is a local file called what? Pet. It was created where? It is a txt file. So let me just make some changes so we understand what. Okay. Okay. I've mutilated the file. I've done some changes here. It's modified. So when I want to practice the second one, please, loading from what? A local file. Pet is a local file stored in a folder called export under the C drive. Okay, this is it, right? If I double click, you see it. This is the changes I have done. Okay, so then I want to copy this. All right, I want to copy the content. Let's assume it is up to 1 million rows. So you don't have to start typing insert into what, because you don't have it as an existing table in the DB, but it is a file. It is completely not part of even MySQL. It is a file under the Windows directory, this, that. Are we understanding? So then, now, how do we do that? This is what we want to do now. Load from where? Existing file. So you go back to this and then pick up your material. All right, this I'm going to send. This is the one we just used. I will send it. Page 14. This is it. This is the command. You load data local in file, then you supply the path, and then you continue with the command. So okay, so here we go. We know in our new page we have only what, 12 rows. So let's take note of that. Log data local in file path. You see, I just supplied two open and close quotes, single quotes. Then into table. What's the name of the page table? Yes. New page. Thank you. So then we copy the path, or you type in the path. It all depends what. So I wouldn't want to type it myself, but I want to copy it so I don't make mistakes. And I need this page, so I supply another backslash, and then I supply the first letter. If you try to open it, I'll close it. That's not what I want, but I want to copy what, the path. Then I will paste it here. When I paste, please take note, this is not Windows. Windows uses backslash to separate between folders and subfolders and files, but MySQL uses /. Please change it to /, otherwise it will not work. So this is the path, complete path. Then I'll press enter. What does it say? Near in file. Okay, I added something in file. Local. All right, thank you. All right, sys record what affected. So let's check and see our what, new page. I selected from where. You can scroll. You can go back to your previous command using your up and down arrow keys. Okay. Can you see JAX? All this. So practice the second one. Then now here, loading from Excel or CSV format. How do we do that in Excel? Shall we practice this? Okay, let's go to it. This is same thing with the last one. You're doing this using what? You are doing it using the what? This API, MySQL from what? From Excel. Okay. So let's see Excel. This is Excel, right? What's the first thing? Serial number. Next is what? Name, is it? Honor. Okay. Sex. And species. Birth. And death. Right, these are what we have, right? Okay. So we need to have a file containing all these things. We need to have a file containing it. Let me see if I can have this dump. You can copy from. No. This is CSV. Okay, but then this page will work, I think. Let me see if I can paste it into Excel, because it's supposed to be in CSV format. All right, it has worked. So then now we want to copy this again. I wanted to copy this into what? Into database. But then since we are into Excel, let me duplicate this into lot of let's have like 1,000 rows or beyond that. Are we getting it? So we understand the effect. even though it's going to be Ajax. Or let me write from here. Maybe let's say the name is Pops. Okay, Pops. Okay, so I want to copy this into several pages, several. Let me have like 100 or so, or more than that, 500, 1000, or anything, and not scrolling. You know how to use Excel, right? You know, it's another tool. It's another tool for developing, and yeah, you need to know Excel very well, because there are some things you can just use Excel to accomplish. All right, let's stop at 500 so we know what we're doing, right? Okay, right. I have up to how many? 500. All this highlighted. It's same thing, right? Because there isn't any primary key apart from the SN, and SN has been given the value null. Are we getting it? So let's see. Now, how do we insert? That's the question. And why do we want to insert? Shall we insert it into new page? In new page we have 18 rows, right? Yes. All right. So then you go to data, and then you see I've already installed this MySQL for Excel. Okay, and I'll click on it. Are we following? And after that, I have to create connection. I think since I have so many connections, but then since we're doing it for the first time, let's create connection. This is how we do for the first time. Let me say connection for CCL service batch A. All right, that's the connection standard. All these are same. And then here you supply. This is where you supply the username, the host name. The host is localhost, and the port number of your MySQL, please. If you're using 3306, you supply it here as it is written. If you're using 3309, I have a lot of installations of MySQL. Some are in WORM, others are in XAMPP. You understand? So I know the port number in XAMPP, I know the port number in WORM, and I know the port number in MySQL client. So the MySQL client uses 3306. You have to be careful. And then the root is the user is root because it is the root user, and we are going to use. And then the password. Let me supply my password, and then default schema blank to select it later. Leave it blank, please, and then test your connection, please, before you go away. Successful. All right. Then I will say OK. So then please let's check over here. Is what you have written, is the connection available here, please? Here? Yes. Where is it? Here? Here? CCL service batch E, right? So I'll click on it. I've created a connection now. So I will double click it. While you've highlighted your data, already data has been highlighted, you double click, so it connects you to the what? To the server of the local host, the database server of your machine. Are we understanding? Yes. Then now you scroll down. You know, in the server we have several DBs. Okay, so scroll down to your DB. What is the DB page? Right, I think it's across here. Page DB, only page DB, right? Then you click and click what? Next. So how many tables do we have? 2 tables. Click on the one you want to populate into. Okay, and then another thing, please, you have to make sure that your columns in Excel tally with the columns in what? In the table of the database, and in a sequential manner, the way they are being arranged. Okay, then you click on append Excel, please. Append. All right, this comes up. You have to be careful, please. allow this to be automatic. Allow it to be automatic. So you don't have to do any kind of changing of or columns or something. Let it be, because there is manual, there is this, there are a lot of selections here. Let it be automatic. And then had it been I highlighted with this first line, that's row 1, then I will now say that it is what? The first row contains name columns. But then I did not highlight it. Okay, I did not highlight the first row, so I can go ahead. Then you click on what? Append. Column mapping incomplete. Okay, there is a problem. Let me see. Sorry, let me start over. Are we really having this? Let me check our table first. The first thing is SN, the second is name, the other owner. Okay, you see, we've changed it. Species and sex. But how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then species should come before sex. I can cut this, right? Paste it here. And cut this also. Is it? And I'll delete this very one. I think we are okay, right? I think it's okay now. SN, name, owner, species, sex, birth, death. So now I selected with the header. Append, already all options have been selected. First row contain column mapping for all columns in Excel select is incomplete. Huh? You say?
Species take the information of the sex.
Okay, but there's no complaining of that. But it's good for us to correct it actually. Okay, then that means the former one was working. Let me undo. Okay, it is not undoing. Okay, we would have just checked this here, right? Let me insert before it. That means this is what? Sex, right? Let me select only some few ones and test. Automatic. Okay, I understand something. column 7. How do we get column 7? 0 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, it's okay. Okay. I don't know, something is happening here. Let me connect again. Data MySQL for Excel. When you click, let it be automatic. Selected first row is continuing this. Column mapping for all columns in Excel selection is incomplete. It's complaining of the columns.
The content of this person for what table is entered to do, what else is numbers.
This? No, this is okay.
The same number here is new. What is the other one is numbers 1 to 3.
Yes, you know this, we are not passing anything here. That's why we make it null. But then let me see if maybe it is accepting something like this. It's not even complaining of that. It is the column. Column 1. Okay. Column 2. Okay. Column 3. Column. It started from that. And well, let me use a different database for us to practice this. I have one database, so we know how it's get inserted. I will check the reason why it is giving us such an issue. I have something here. Let me use this database. We have something called I think enrollment. Let me see the Excel first so I don't put in something different. Printed, yeah, enrollment. It started and stopped here. Let me select some. Okay. Let me select from 2001 to 2020. Okay. Please, let's check this. There's something called enrollment here. This is a different database. It's a production environment database. Select from. There are many. Of course, there are many. I would have counted. No. I need to select this. The enrollment scratch card. This very one. Select from. These are serial number, PIN numbers. Okay, 2000, right? So let's now use this, and then I have to select. I have to start it over. This, close. This is enrollment. Yes, let's subdivide it. Alright, then this is the DB. And the table is enrollment. Here is it. No, enrollment scratch card. This very one. And our append should be automatic. You see, successfully, it has entered successfully. Okay, but then let's check it within just short period of time. For the one we will have to repeat that one. I don't know what happened really. So if I should select, you see it stopped at 2000, right? So when I select this, right, 2020, you see we added only 20 rows. So I don't know of that one really. Maybe something happened. Shall we try it again? Let me do something here. Maybe it is counting this as an issue. Okay. I think that's the problem. It is not accepting none. I just want to populate something on the side of the knob. So I highlighted this, and let me close this connection. Go to data, click on MySQL for Excel, click on the connection, click it, supply the password. This password belongs to the DB, the password for the root user for the DB, and then you select what's the DB? Pet DB, and then select the table, append, automatic add. It's still having an issue. I'll check the problem. Probably something is there or did not realize it. But then you've seen how it works. Let me stop it. Maybe inside is put. So that is it. We're able to practice all this we mentioned. So please, back to you see, we are able to do all these things. Retrieving information from table, retrieve, select from where. So maybe tomorrow we will start with this. This where it's all about conditions. We start with conditions by tomorrow, and then some other commands. All these we have seen, but then update and others will be seen tomorrow, inshallah. That's how to work with these things, please. Practicing is the most important thing. Let me stop this video.